Hello, hello, welcome to the chat. Wow. Oh, beverage there. Rob's Knives, what's happening? Neil McKenzie, welcome to the chat. Of course, I'm drinking a monster tonight. What's everybody else drinking? Yeah, Groundfog and Marco, they seem to make it into every live chat. Kind of the first ones almost every time. And lots of them, too. It's kind of magical. But, yeah, welcome to the chat. How's everybody doing? It's Friday night. This is like our sixth day in a row doing lives. This is awesome. So yeah, welcome to another Phobos Friday. I got some other stuff thrown out there. I was working on some other projects earlier, but we'll bust out the Phobos nice once the live starts going. Do we have audio? Is the sound working? Hello. Tallow9, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Yeah, we've been busy here. Yeah, we did. Like I said, this is our sixth day in a row doing lives. I think next week we're gonna take it easy though. Might do a midweek Wednesday or something. But yeah, I got geez, at least a dozen or more lives put. I mean, not lives, shorts put up as well. Oh yeah, it's been a minute. Welcome back. Yeah, you didn't miss anything. We got a little sidetracked for a while. We went down that political road and all that. So yeah, you didn't miss too much. I spent the last about a week and a half trying to get things back on track and get the channel refocused, start heading in the right direction again. Because yeah, I've got no interest in arguing with people. Or I don't even want to argue. Forget about debate, But yeah, some people you just can't talk to. It's there's no gray area, there's no middle ground. So I'd just rather not. And then when you kind of like, hey, I'd just like to be neutral and just mind my own business. And yeah, people are just like, yeah, yeah. What was the exact thing? Yeah, you're just uneducated. Yeah, people that take neutral ground are uneducated. Like, no, what happened to the better man walks away from the fight. Like there's no need for it to escalate. So yeah, I've been refraining from those things. I've kind of been actually detoxing off of that stuff. It's pretty volatile stuff. And it's a lot of hours. I was spending 50, 60 hours a week researching everything. And I'm just like, yeah, it's just there's better things to better ways for me to spend my time. So yeah, not everything's for everybody, and that's definitely a thing not for me. So what's everybody carrying today? I'm still rocking the Spider Co Sage 5 CF. And like going on like 14 months or so with this thing. So I'm thinking maybe later in the year, maybe another Spyderco. I'll kind of tuck this. This will become my desk knife or my workbench knife, whatever you want to call it. Altriano, welcome to the chat, my man. How you doing? It's it's been a minute, man. We've been around. How are you doing, Al? Always a pleasure to see you, my man. Love the parachutes, hook low, flare late. So yeah, Talos9, how have you been, man? Yeah, it's been a minute. So I kind of went on a rant there, didn't I? But yeah, if you're just getting into the chat, welcome. We'll get things going. Yeah, typically Friday nights, Phobos Knives and whatever other conversation happens to come up. Kind of keeping it casual. But yeah, how's life been treating you, Al? You been keeping busy or? Carry a 454 Castle. That's a hand cannon, man. I've fired one of those before. Fortunately, it was a heavy revolver. It was the Taurus Raging Bull, and it was in the 454. 6-inch barrel, man. That thing was a tank. I'm all set with plinking away with that all day. Been pretty shitty. Brother's house burnt down. Oh, that's horrible, man. Yeah, that sucks when that happens. Yeah, that happened to my grandparents years ago. I think I was like maybe 12, 13 or so when that happened. Yeah, my grandparents' house burned down. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's extremely unfortunate. Fell 3 times a day on ice. Oh, that sucks, Al. Yeah, I gotta go. Speaking of that, I gotta go out there and do some throw some salt down. Cause yeah, alongside Mrs. B's car, it turns into like just an ice skating rink. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I kind of miss Florida sometimes. never never had to worry about slipping on the ice. Yeah, a little inside info. If there's palm trees, you're not gonna have any yeah, you won't have any snow or ice typically. Rob's Knives, good evening, man. How are you? My feet are soaking wet and I'm out of... Oh, dude, that sucks. Been there. Been there a few times, man. Yeah. Dude, everybody's having a rough day. Hey, at least for some of you, you get the weekend off, so enjoy the weekend. Mrs. B has the weekend off, so that's nice. She's got a couple days rest up. She's got a... I don't think she has too much planned, but I'm sure she's got something going. Yeah, he lives with his family, and his dad tried putting it out and got med flighted a couple hours away. Oh, yeah, that sucks too. Yeah, I had a med flight once back in 2006. And yeah, it's unfortunate because anybody wanting to see you in the hospital now, it's a bit of a drive. And usually, if it's serious, they don't transport you from that hospital for quite a while. Yeah, that is a big thing though, Talos. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate. Hopefully, there's people that can help them out. Rebuilding after that is crazy. Squat shot, what's happening, man? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the chat. I use plastic shopping bags, makes any boots waterproof. Yeah, plastic. Well, we used to use back in the day the bags that a loaf of bread came in. We would use those. You put wool socks on, and then you put that, and then yeah, you could spend the day out there. Real kick in the ass, but I'm happy that they're mostly okay. Yeah, hopefully the old man makes a good recovery, and yeah, that's tough. Yeah, um, yeah, that's the most important thing. Typically, is are people okay, or and then everything else is kind of materialistic. It's yeah, some things can't be replaced, but um, yeah, you might lose some pictures that can't be replaced, but that's better than losing the people. If you got the people, you can make new pictures. I made the mistake of leaving boots at home. Oh, Rob, that's horrible, man. Yeah, Leon, the slingy thingy legend. Yeah, Leon's got quite the collection going, quite the knowledge base to go with it too. So yeah, just staying current on these comments. Barbed Hooks, welcome to the chat. It's going awesome, man. Finally last week and a half, 2 weeks, I've been putting like maximum effort into turning around the channel, and it's definitely paying off. So yeah, things are definitely heading in the right direction. Numbers are starting to look better, so yeah, I can't complain, man. Is that a German? No, it's a Swedish axe. It's a Granfors Brux. Granfors Brux, Sweden. Yeah. Maybe I'll put it down without the mask on. Yeah, definitely Swedish. Greg Vanderlip, happy poop for 10 jewels. Thanks, Greg. We definitely appreciate you. Welcome to the chat, brother. How are you doing, my man? It is good to see you. Nope, I put it away. I was looking for something. Yeah, trying to get my lives a little bit more organized. And in the process, I've managed to be completely disorganized for tonight's. That makes sense, doesn't it? I put it in a spot I wouldn't forget it, right? Chad, welcome to the chat, man. How you doing? It's been a minute. It's good. Of course, I got no slingshots out tonight, guys. I apologize for that. Yeah, but my Scout LT2 is still my primary, and then I use my other one as a backup. If I break a band, like the cool kids on YouTube do, like you don't change the band, you have another frame with a band on it, So I'm trying to be the cool kid. I haven't put it on YouTube, but I've seen your new shorts. Very glad to see you're getting at it. Yeah, Rob, thanks. Yeah, what do you guys think of it? Some of them are absolute poop soup, but it's kind of like you got to make them short because I don't know. It is what it is. Just whatever comes up, I'm just throwing on there. Been dealing with my toe aching again. The lymph node is like a. Yeah, Greg, you got to keep some of that like clove oil or something around. Clove oil numbs that stuff right up. There's a whole bunch of places to get it. Yeah, if you're having like recurring problems, yeah, you want to have like a little first aid kit on the ready. Chad Green and yeah, Chad's got CG slings. That's who we're talking about, Chad. Yeah, he's got a great knowledge base as well. So does Altriano. Altriano's a slingy thingy guy as well. I don't know why I still call him that. I don't know why, I just do. It's fun to say. Like it's just keeping the slingy thingy around is a great thing to do. But yeah, my tripod's definitely in the way. Otherwise, I'd get one out. Don Ray, good evening. How you doing, Sunshine? Welcome to the chat. Don Ray's a channel member. Channel memberships are open. If anybody's interested in boosting that, as soon as we get the 10 members, as soon as the light goes on, I'm gonna start doing members only chats on Saturdays. I think either like sometime between 6 and 8 we'll start Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see what the group says, but I've got the button on the like when I'm setting it up, but it won't highlight, so I can't use it. I think that's how YouTube gets us to promote memberships, so they can get their 30%. Yep. Slingy thingy. It does, man. It just rolls off the tongue. It's just, how I roll. There's never any disrespect meant by it. It's fun. It's like, I like the things. I still have plans of getting the LT2 Pro, and then I'm going to get Burkle Cerakote to Cerakote it. That's going to be the Rolls Royce there. Work closed again. Snow day nap, so I'm awake. Really late today. Yeah, Don Ray, I feel you there. Yeah, that was one of the only times we ever got a break in skydiving was when it was raining. Of course, we're in warm weather, so it's not going to snow. So we do it while it's raining. But yeah, when it's raining, we can't skydive. So now I found after like 27 years of jumping, now when it rains out, it doesn't matter if I got up at 8 and it starts raining at 9. I'm ready for I'm ready for some sleep. Oh, Bengals fan is a new channel member. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it. That's awesome. We're getting there, guys. Slowly but surely, we're making this happen. I've been crunching the numbers. It's all still highly probable. And it's just a matter of sticking to the grind. That's all I got to do. Like anything else in life, I didn't get my master parachute rigger's license like overnight. It took the better part of about like 4.5 years full time between apprenticing for my senior riggers rating and taking that exam. And then once you're a senior rigger, you have to you have to log like 2,000 hours a year minimum for 3 years, plus a whole bunch of other things. Like you have to pack minimum 100 of three different types of reserve parachutes, and but you got to work 2,000 hours a year minimum. So yeah, I put like 10,000 hours into becoming a master parachute rigger. That's not even including the fact like you got to jump out of the airplane too, because nobody's gonna trust a guy to pack the reserve parachute if he doesn't want to jump out of the airplane himself. So on top of working towards jump ratings and all that, so yeah, YouTube is just another grind, same as skydiving. I saw a Melania Trump movie, pretty good, worth a watch. The Melania Trump movie. I don't know. I don't know if that's something I could watch. Slingy thingy roll, yeah. Um, but yeah, we're most definitely getting there, guys. I definitely appreciate everybody's support. Everybody that's here tonight, everybody that's not here tonight. Yeah, at some point we're getting off the tabletop. My ultimate goal is from tabletop to mountaintop. I wouldn't mind doing a little alpine climbing. I mean, I got Mount Washington right here in New Hampshire, so I'll get back out to doing stuff. And now I actually have a spot in Maine I can go. It's 600 acres. If Mainly off grids invited me up there to go wander around 600 acres and do all the bushcraft videos I want to do and stuff. So yeah, we're definitely working towards that. Should be about spring. The winter stuff is just too expensive, like winter clothing and stuff. So Palmer Conley, channel member, what up? Welcome to the chat, brother. It's good to see you again. We've bumped into each other a few times this week. I've been busy, busy, busy. Not complaining. I'm enjoying it. It's one of those. Yeah, you put in the effort. Now I'm seeing I'm reaping the rewards of the effort. You know, like things are heading in the right direction. Things are going well. So it only took me about a week and a half too. I've just been grinding it for the last week and a half. Rigger Tom in the Wild would be the mini series to watch. Yeah, it should get interesting. Depending on where I can go and what I can do. I want to do another. I don't know what the mileage is. I think somewhere around 2,800 miles, 2,900 miles. But New Hampshire to Key West bike tour at some point. I know people much older than me that have done similar rides, and I've done it enough times. I mean, I've done 17 rides of the Eastern Seaboard in between seasons. So yeah, it should work out great. I'm excited about it. There's having experience doing it. I know there's a lot of cool stuff that I could throw on video, and just the random stuff that happens. You would want to like tag along just for that. And the crazy part is all the times I was bike touring, I would run into people, just meet random people. And when you got a fully loaded out bike, people know you're heading somewhere, so they kind of, if they're interested, they ask questions, and you know where you're coming from, where you're headed. And yeah, when you're like, yeah, I'm coming from Long Island, headed to Key West, got to go to my winter skydiving job. So and they'd all ask like, do you do social media? Do you have a vlog or a blog or any of that stuff? So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. It'll make for a fun ride. And there's a lot of people that subscribe to the channel along the way. So I'm gonna kind of like zigzag around with no time frame. I have no date as of yet. I've got a lot of equipment I need to replace. I need to do some training on the old bicycle, get back, get the engine going again. But yeah, we'll be out there getting stupid. I've got cabin fever like crazy now. It's driving me absolute bonkers. Like I'm like I really wish if I had 10 acres out back, I'd be outside all day every day. But yeah, it's just one of those predicaments where there's not a lot of outdoors in my area. So yeah, so what's every bit besides all the bad stuff that's been going on. I mean, I mean, yeah, sorry to hear that, guys. But yeah, is anybody got anything going on? Any hiking, biking, cycling, camping, ice fishing? I know Northern Girl Hobby, she's got an ice fishing video coming out if you watch her channel. Um, yeah, I think that's the other thing. It's kind of awkward when you do live 6 days in a row. You kind of start to lose the conversation. I think I don't want to repeat myself too much and get into the same things. So, anybody have any questions, thoughts, opinions, suggestions, questions? I'm open to all of it as of now. Kapow, kapow. I accidentally carried 12 knives in my bag today. Rob, I could see that happening. I always carry at least three in my bag the way I set it up. So, yeah, if you just threw a couple extra in there, it always weirds me out. Like somebody will look at a knife set like this, and I've actually had people comment like, "I'd lose the big knife and only carry the little one." It's like, really? That's like, I don't know. Two is one, one is none, and it's nice having a nice clean knife you keep razor sharp. If I've got to cut some cordage real quick or something, it's great. Yeah, and sometimes depending on where you're at, you bust out the bigger knife and people freak out. So yeah, oftentimes, yeah, you got to have some middle ground as well. Ended up sharpening the hell out of them though, so I'm pretty good with that. Nice. Yeah, definitely need a. Warren just got here. I'll listen to him on ham radio this weekend. Yeah, I forgot to remove them as the week went. So, well, yeah. Are you using them for work as well? Because that's a game changer. Like, or is it just a you? But yeah, you got them all sharpened. I got to do a little stropping of my knives. I try to hone everything up. It usually doesn't need it too often. Unfortunately, my life late recently hasn't required a lot of chopping and cutting up and stuff. I mean, mostly I use my Alaris in the kitchen, like just for the fun of it. I love the knife. So yeah, this one's usually in the kitchen. Whatever I'm doing in the kitchen. Yeah, I enjoy this one. So I like once a week or something. I'll strop it up real quick and it stays plenty sharp enough for everything I need to do. It slices everything nicely. Definitely not a dull knife. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's still shaving sharp. Yeah. And that's all I do is I just strop it like once a week. Yeah, I process a lot of cardboard, plastic, and produce. Yeah. Yeah, definitely, especially the cardboard. Isn't there like fine sand in there? It's almost like running the edge on sandpaper when you're doing the cardboard. We'll put the Alaris in there. It's a Phobos knife. I actually think I don't know if you've seen Phobos knives has a like a tomahawk. I'm pretty tempted to get it. I think it would be like an awesome set with the calcula, like Kapa the Phobos calcula with the hatchets. A little bit smaller knife. Definitely not going to do any chopping with it. But then you've got a tomahawk. I'm going to get his specific one. They're not bad prices. They're about 250 or so. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, next step is with the channel. I gotta like liven up the lives. Last year this time we were getting like 20 to 30,000 views per live. Before the bad stuff started happening, which I'm not even going down that road. Um, but anyhow, yeah. So my goal is to get the lives going back up. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything outstanding, but yeah. So that's something I'm gonna work on a lot this week. I'm gonna try to change up stuff. There's a new way you can do the live that's both the traditional horizontal as well as the vertical format. So it'll go out to both. So whatever you're watching it on, it'll look good. Um, yeah, the reason why I still do verticals is actually now it's up to 86% of people watch on their phone. Like if you go in the YouTube analytics, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this. but like 86% of people watch it on their phone and they prefer the vertical format. And that's why I've kept doing it, is because it's, 86% is, we definitely the majority. But now where we can go both ways, which, wow, that sounds horrible, but we can do both a vertical and a horizontal format streamed at the same time. I got to figure out how to do that. It's something like I got to download some webcam app or something, and so it's compatible with the software and some, I think that's part of why YouTube Lives have been a little wonky lately too. We can go both ways. I know, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's like I celebrate diversity on this channel all the time. Like I know there's a lot of people that are just knife people, but I'm like I like to celebrate diversity. So we have the knives, we have the hatchets, we have the saws. We even don't discriminate against digging tools. So yeah, we definitely celebrate diversity here. We'll stream going both ways if it makes everybody happy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's things go south on this channel real quick too. The conversations go straight down the pooper. Yeah, like that one time I just busted out a big piece of wood, and people are like, "Dude, you just have a big piece of wood sitting around?" I'm like, "Doesn't everybody?" Like, yeah, so like here's a big piece of wood. And then we were talking about undercutting and overcutting and the saw and the material, and it got bad real quick. Digging tools, in what context would a digging tool be better than a shovel or a spade? Um like when you're doing a Dakota fire hole or something. You can get the tool in there for that cross port and stuff a lot easier. Also, it's way substantially less. It's good for like digging up bait and things like that. Like if you're gonna do some survival, wilderness, extremist, bushcraft fishing, then like you could dig up your own grubs and worms and things like that because you're not sport fishing. There's no point in using that rubber stuff. Yeah, so no rubber free fishing is the way to go. Like, yeah, you could use worms, you could dig them up. Also, like if just small stuff like moving hot coals onto a Dutch oven. Man, I mentioned that in one of my shorts and I slipped up because I said that. I'm like, it'd be great for transferring coals onto your Dutch oven. And then I was like, but the Dutch oven you cook in, not the Dutch oven when the old lady's been sassy. And I should have gone back and edited it out, but I'm like, I'm trying to do this edit free. So every time I try to edit something, I destroy it. So we're trying to go like just one shot. So yeah, weird things happen. Yeah, worms, grubs, etc. makes sense. I have a log somewhere in the garage. I actually, here's the crazy part about this one is I had a few others that were larger diameter, and I was going to make some nice batons out of it, right? For like batoning and if you make like a nice little set for doing a bench chisel and stuff like that. And I had them outside drying, and somebody stole them. Like, so I only have this one. This is actually the one I was going to use as like it's just a stick. So I was going to like use it to make the batons because you need a baton to make a baton. That makes sense, right? Anyhow, but yeah, somebody took the wood. Like, I'm like, who does that? Like somebody, I don't know. We actually had our grill covers like taken. So like, that's weird. Like, yeah, it was cold and windy. We think it was somebody that was homeless and they took it to like, use as a shelter or something. We're not sure. But yeah, our grill cover, which was perfect. It was fully secured. Somebody took our grill cover and then, yeah, so exactly, Leon. Somebody stole my wood. It's been horrible ever since. But yeah, so this one's just kind of drying out. I'm gonna make a little tappity tap tap baton for like chisels and stuff like that, I guess. Stealing shit that grows is crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know if they thought it was like free firewood or something. I don't know. I had it actually it was on the tree stump. They cut down the tree and then I grabbed a couple pieces. and then I was letting them dry out because I didn't want to do all that carving and have it crack or something, you know. So I had it drying out. Yeah, somebody stole it. Go figure. Even Mrs. Bushcraft was like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." The only one I got left is this one. This is the only stick I got. I got a stick. I had a couple like some nice bucked up logs. I was gonna do cool stuff with it, but this is the only. I guess this one was too small. They left a small one behind and took all like the 4, 5, 6 inch diameter ones. Crackheads for sure. Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. Yeah, definitely. I think the grill cover and the bucked up logs. Yeah, I think it was or one of those what's you somebody smoking meth or something like that. I don't know. I don't think you're allowed to say those names on here. I don't know. I'm trying to behave, but yeah. Just those standard crack in a can guys like me though. We don't go around stealing people's wood. That's just inappropriate. I would have more, but that's the only one I've got left. So I gotta find some more. Gotta oh, you can say it, you just can't show it. Okay. So there'll be so you can say crack, you just can't smoke crack on the internet or whatever else, meth or whatever, right? I don't know, I say crack in a can all the time, so but what if I say I'm like an experienced like rock climber and my forte is crack climbing? Then is that because you just said crack, you know? I guess I don't know, it's all confusing. Man, this stream is crazy out of context. Yeah, how did this? Yeah, we kind of got crazy. Which way to go? Which way to go? How did that? How does it? It happens here all the time. We but it's I get it's still gear related, you know, because we're talking about making batons. Or now I can't make any until I score some more wood. So that's and you just can't go cutting down stuff randomly. You got a whooping if you stole another man's wood around here. Yeah, well, if I knew who it was, I don't know who it is, Leon. Um, yeah, I'm just assuming they needed it. They needed the wood more than I did. So I just, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. Like if I knew who it was, I'd be like, hey, give me back my wood, man. Like I had projects planned for that. I had a few projects. I was even going to do the wooden spoon project, but I don't. Who carves a wooden spoon like that takes hours? Like maybe somebody who's doing like a bunch a day can do it fast, but I don't think I can for like $5.99 I can get a titanium one. I might as well just get the titanium spoon. And then people are like, but what if you lose your spoon? If you have a spoon carving knife, you can carve all the spoons you want. It's like, okay, well, using that logic, what if you lost the spoon carving knife? You know, now you have no more spoons because you gotta need that to cut the little bowl out. I mean, you could get creative and make it happen somehow, but I don't know. Just get a dummy cord for your spoon. Then you don't have to worry about losing it. Maybe two is one, one is none. You should carry two spoons. I carry two spoons. I carry a long spoon and a short spoon. That's why you carry a spoon carving knife. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like I've seen some. There's a Japanese set I want to get of just that. It's yeah, it's a spoon carving. It's a wood carving set, and it's like it's quality steel, so it's kind of like buying a little knife set. Really, it's kind of expensive. I think it's around like $350, but it has those curved blades for carving out stuff. So I want to do a bunch of wood carving. I think it's fun to do. Um, yeah, it was something I was planning on getting back into a few years ago. That's actually how I met Eric Hansen of FOBOS Knives. Was I was upgrading my knives. I was looking for something different, something a little more bushcrafty friendly rather than just basic field utility. So yeah, that's how I met Eric Hansen and I bought that custom set of knives. And yeah, the rest is history. But yeah, my plan was to get back into doing some more, bushcrafty things, build a chair, build whatever. Building stuff in the woods is fun. The production quality on Japanese goods is usually really great. Um, they have some elite one makers out there. Yeah, yeah, they definitely do. And this is in that it's Kakuri, Kakuri is the name of the company, and they've been making fancy chisels for a long time. Dave James, meow meow. How are you now? Meow. That it's the cat. See, that's exactly something shiny again. I'm guilty as charged, guys. Dave James, how are you doing this fine evening, brother? It is always good to see you, mate. Yeah, but they've got a couple different sets. They've even got a little hand carving set I want to check out. But that one's it's more expensive. They've got like a 6-piece bench chisel set, then like a 6-piece wood carving set, and then like a 10-piece like fine wood cut like detail carving and stuff. Um, yeah, I think by the time you add it all together, you're looking at a cool grand. So they rhymed well done. That's what you can say anything you want as long as it rhymes, right? And it works even better than saying, but with all due respect, or yeah, as if that zeroes out what you're about to say. So anybody got anything planned for this weekend? Anything exciting going on? Any any cool kid plans? I'm gonna bust out some more of the Phobos knives here. I'm just gonna do the table switch around thing, guys, because it makes sense. Yeah, yeah, Japanese tools like silky saws are made in Japan, which is probably why they're so good. Like I've never used a better saw than a silky saw. There are a couple cons to them. I'll be honest with that. But as far as cutting ability and everything goes, I don't think a silky saw can be beat. Like, and I used them full time. Like I said, doing arborist work. So my introduction to silky saws wasn't through like YouTube, Bushcraft, or any of that stuff. I started using them doing arborist work, and they work so like they're just so good that I got rid of my Baco Laplander that I was using at the time and just stuck with silky saws. And I've pretty much exclusively used silky saws ever since. I do want to give Agawa. Agawa, they make a folding bow saw. I want to check those out. Those are from Canada, but they're a lot of people speak very highly of them, so I'd like to check those out. I still don't know if we're getting snow this weekend. Oh, that's horrible, Palmer. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Man, I don't think the weather people really know what they're talking about all the time. I think they just say what they need to say to keep their jobs. We've got this one here. Well, let's we'll take them out of the sheaths. We'll see how OCD we can get this. Well, that's not a Phobos knife. But Captain, I'm giving her all she's got. I can assure you I'm not getting snow. Yeah, it's 65 to 70 degrees. Yeah, real outlaws, no kidding, right? Yeah, I miss the warm weather right about now, not gonna lie. I I could go for a trip to the Florida Keys, right? And then I can show you like catching shrimp with a casting net. We can go do some snorkeling and get some lobster. Oh, real outlaw. Where in Florida do you live? Like roughly? I've been all over Florida. I've worked from like Lower Sugarloaf Key, Clewiston, Zephyr Hills, Plant City, Sebastian, Lake Wales, Jacksonville. Um, yeah, yeah, definitely a few other places. Titusville and Palatka, Palatka, Florida as well. Bengals fans, hello from Cads, Kentucky. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, new channel member. Thanks for joining. We definitely appreciate you. I only kindly stay away from the open ocean. Yeah, it's a little bit freaky, but I don't know. I guess when you jump out of airplanes all day, the ocean's not that big of a deal. Although it does freak you out sometimes. What you got to be careful of is, oh, it's called a bonnet fish. A bonnet fish looks like a hammerhead, just like they only get to like 5 to 7 feet or something, and they like swimming down the canals and stuff in the Keys. But yeah, I was swimming in one of the canals, like like checking out all the goofy clownfish and everything. And all of a sudden, the bonnet fish come, and I thought they were hammerhead sharks because they look like hammerheads. And yeah, man, I was wearing fins, man. I kicked so hard, I like launched out of the water like flipper, and like right on the side where the little concrete dock was. And all my that was my first run, and all my friends knew what it was, and they of course made fun of me. Yeah, that goes without saying, but yeah, they're like, oh, afraid of a little. I'm like, I thought it was a hammerhead. They look like hammerhead sharks, but they're not. Yeah, oh yeah, it's a species, but they only get like 5 to 7 feet, and they don't attack humans. They're like, I guess they're real docile fish. But I thought it was like, oh great, I'm gonna be lunch now. They have bonnet fish up here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the waters up here though. The only dives I've done out here in the Northeast is when I was getting my PADI open water certification. The school that I went through, Divers Den, it's on Mammoth Road in Manchester, New Hampshire. Yeah, they go out every weekend, and you go out to the Isle of Shoals and you do your open water dives and stuff. But they go every weekend, and once you get licensed through them, it's like an open invite. You can go as long as they've got space on the boat. You can go. So, but it's like what do you really see in the north? Like, unless you've got some kind of like shark thing going on, shark cage. There's just a whole lot of lobster out there. The Isle of Shoals, just lobster. So, as far as I know, there's never been a documented hammerhead attack. Yeah, yeah, and I'd like to keep it that way. Yeah, if there's never been a documented hammerhead attack, I want to be the guy that keeps it that way. Oh no, the fish won't hurt me. Famous last words right here, guys. Hold my beer. Watch this. And and we're laughing at him as he's getting towed away in the ambulance. It's happened many times. One of my buddies, we were doing yeah, because we were kicking back some cold ones around the bonfire, and everybody gets a little macho. There's a huge alpha thing going on in the skydiving community, which makes sense. But yeah, I can do better PLFs than you. No, dude, I can definitely do better PLFs than you. Like, you're a civilian, dude. Anybody that's been to airborne school can do a PLF. Like, we're the best at it. So, yeah, we were having one of those debates. And then there's like this 6, 7 foot high watershed. And so it was like, oh, let's jump off of that. And whoever does the best PLF. And we did that. And then everybody passed. And then there's like a 6 foot stockade fence a couple feet away from the shed. So it's like, all right, now we're going to jump over the fence onto the driveway and then do a PLF. Well, on the shed side, it's all gravel, so that kind of helped a little. So my buddy Cam went first, so he jumps over the 6 foot fence, and then he hit the ground, and you hear him scream like a real solid, like a Sally scream. Like, oh, well, that wasn't right. That had to hurt. And apparently, he didn't do his PLF right, and he shattered his ankle. So I won $20. And I mocked him the whole time. We had the ambulance come pick him up and everything. And yeah, getting into the ambulance, we completely harassed him because it was the right thing to do. Only because we cared. Hammerheads have a crazy sensor array and capabilities. Yeah, sharks have that. They're crazy. Dolphins got some super senses as well. Yeah, a buddy of mine almost lost his hand unhooking a hammer. They have a super high chance of death when caught because their endurance isn't great. Yeah, I think a lot of fish are like that. Even bass are like that. They've talked about the bass tournaments. There's a pretty huge percentage of the fish that don't survive. Like once they've been caught, especially if they're kept in a live well, and yeah, like there's a huge percent. I don't know what it is, like 30, 40, 50%. Um, yeah, they just, especially, yeah, trout's like that as well. Like if you handle trout too much, yeah, low survival rates. Yeah, yeah, hammerheads are definitely cool. They are. I wouldn't want to mess with them though. Even if they don't like completely unalive you, they just got rows of sharp teeth. They all do. I don't want to have an encounter with that. I'm scared of the snake heads. Those are mean bastards. Yeah. You know what's scary traveling down southwest now? Is all the wild hogs. Like they're mean too. I had a family of wild hogs circling my area. I was in Florida, and yeah, I had a whole family of wild hogs that kept circling my camping area, like closing it in. And I like first couple times I just saw a couple little piglets, and then yeah, and then this beast of a like with big tusks and everything. That thing went. I'm like, oh no, like time to pack up and move camp. I got right out of there. Yeah, that's why we use giant reels when shark fishing. The faster we get them to the on a hook, the better chance. Yeah, yeah, that's good thinking, Palmer. Yeah, like yeah, I'm sure like most people when they fish or hunt or something, we'd like to think they do it ethically. So yeah, that's cool to know. Chaos Theory, what's happening? Welcome to the chat, man. How are you doing? That's why you need drum mags. There you go. Ground fog's got a valid point there. Drum mags will take care of it. Yeah, yeah. What other Yeah, so the Phobos knife that started it all. Um, yeah, it's this set right here. This is like two of 17 custom knives Eric Hansen's ever made for civilians. He does do some custom work for active duty, but it's rare he does it. But yeah, this is a custom Tier 1C with a convex grind, acid etch. This one has the black G10 liners with these are like a chocolate brown micarta scale. And then yeah, so it's got the ferro rod notch, but it doesn't have the bow drill divot. So I wonder he's talking about coming out with a Gen 3 version of this knife. So it might be I don't know what he's got in mind exactly, but we'll see what happens. And then on the front is a this is a Tier 1 Mini Gen 2, which is very cool. Yeah, if you put it side by side, the left one is the Gen 2 and the right one is the Gen 3. So you can see he made some changes in the scales and everything. Um, Definitely, I like the blade design on the Gen 3 better. But yeah, still a great knife. This one's real slicey. They're both CPM 154 CM. Helps if I put it in the right spot, right, guys? But yeah, he's definitely made a lot of improvements on the knife. But yeah, so there's no more Gen 2s to be made or anything like that. So if you're looking for one of these secondary market, the cool thing is I've got two other sets of scales for this. I'm going to bust it out and do a video at some point of this knife set with the different scale options that I have. And I was helping my buddy clean out his apartment all day, just all day of cleaning, man. That's got to suck. Like, yeah. So, and then, yeah, I've got the Exotac Fire Rod XL on here as well. And because I always piggyback stuff, it didn't take me long. After I got the knives, I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Was the first one, because this is the Scout carry straps right here. One of them was up top, so you could, Scout carry. And I just said, oh, what if I move it down and run it through the belt loop on the Tier 1 mini sheath? And so it was this was the first version of that. And then I ended up doing the second version with the Tier 1 BC and the Mini Mini. So it's kind of like a little brother and a big brother thing. Yeah, Chaos, did you finish up or you still got more to do? We'll be back tomorrow for more. Like, what could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah, so yeah, there's a few channel members in here. If I were to do a Saturday channel members only, um like you think between 6 and 8 starting time? I think I'll do like a community post or something as well. But yeah, just trying to get everybody's opinion. I want to start doing more for the channel members thing. We haven't had very many channel members though. So yeah, YouTube hasn't allowed me to do it yet. So as soon as we get there, but I might just run it anyhow. But it's gonna end up going out to everybody. I'll put it as like members live, but I can't do it exclusive, not yet at least. I'll finish. Had to do some pressure washing while painting, filling holes. Oh yeah, so it was a cleaning and a refacing. Completely disassembled and cleaned the kitchen. Yeah, that's better you than me, my man. Yeah. So anything planned for this weekend or. Yeah, I'm gonna try to work towards getting that last piece that the Phobos it's called a Tombat, but it's a combat tomahawk. Um and it's pretty sweet. I'd like to check them out. And they're full tang. That's quite the layout of American steel, right? Yeah, he's trying to get his whole security deposit, which is almost $5,000. Yeah, and they'll eat it up quick because they won't charge you for the broken 50-cent light bulb. They're gonna charge you like $65 to change it. So unfortunately. Yeah, security deposits. I mean, technically, they're not supposed to be kept for anything above normal wear and tear, or other than normal wear and tear. So like, yeah, people like kicked holes in the drywall and stuff. You can get charged for that, but you can't get charged for the hole for the nail that you hung up a picture because that's just considered, normal everyday stuff. And the other piece I have, which I should start messing around with a little bit more often. Um, this is a trainer for the Tier 1 Mini. This knife. So you can also get a trainer. So if you want to, work on your draw or something, you don't have to worry about anything bad slicing. It's kind of like a blue gun, or, well, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's a non-beveled edge, so it's not sharp. You're not going to slice anything up. If you wanted to do some practice, some training, if you want to learn some flippy knife skills, which I don't have, that's what I should do. I should use this to work on some flippy knife skills. That's what the cool kids are doing. The place is totally move-in ready right now. Oh, nice. So he'll get it back. That is awesome, man. Yeah, there's some landlords out there, more commonly known as slumlords. Like they'll try to rob you of every penny they can get out of you. They'll do the work themselves, and especially the property management companies. I had hired one years ago, and yeah, it was absolutely horrible. Like on top of the like, it was just nonstop fees. Like they figured out what the margins were, and they'd basically come up with work invoices for every dime outside of your mortgage, your taxes, and stuff. Like they made sure you had enough money to keep your property, but they took like 110% of the profits. So and yeah, they would do like real crooked stuff like that. Like if the tenant doesn't know any better, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we had to keep your security deposit because of this, that, and the other thing." But yeah, it's considered normal wear and tear. They can't do it. It's only for damages done. Which yeah, and then they got greedy with that because yeah, they some places like it's double the rent as your security deposit. So yeah, if you're paying like $2,700 a month, yeah, security deposit's 5,400, and then they want like the yeah, first and last month's rent and double security deposit. So you need like, 10 5 to move into a place now. That's how a lot of people are ending up homeless is they end up not being able to rent what they were renting. And they don't have the money, they don't have another 10 grand to move, so they kind of yeah, it's horrible, yeah. That's what he's hoping for. That's why we spent the last 3 days doing all the yard work pressure. For that kind of money, man, for that kind of money, if they try to keep the security deposit, yeah, take them to court. And Florida does have that law. Florida is one of those states where, yeah, the security deposit is only for damages done above normal wear and tear, but they'll probably try to rob them anyhow. But depending on how much they're trying to get, I would take them to court. I wouldn't mess around with that. Um, so yeah, back to the YouTube planning stuff. We're definitely trying to plan out more for the channel. Um, trying to get everything up and going again. I'm not sure if doing a lot of lives helped or didn't help. I'm not sure. Some of the lives were, um, well, it doesn't matter like how many people actually show up. It's more like the regular people. Like I don't know. I think it might be a little bit too much. I know there's nobody that I want to watch 7 days a week. So I'm just assuming everybody else is like that. So I'm gonna stick to like the standard lives. Um, Fridays at 8 p.m., Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. If when we can get the members thing going, that's going to be on Sundays, and then I might throw up like a Wednesday or something. Wednesday evening, middle week, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's kind of like a toss up, whichever day's looking better. Boondock, New Hampshire, just joining new additions to the stable. No, these I've actually had for a little while. All these knives. Yeah, I've had for well, this one here, my tier one C, I've had since 2019, so 6 7 years or something like that. Like yeah, 6 years for sure. Um, Along with yeah, this one we didn't find a spot for this one, did we? This is the tier one mini Gen 2. That goes with my tier one C. Yeah. And then this I got for Miss Bushcraft last year. This Calcula with the satin finish. I got this last year for Christmas from Miss Bushcraft and the kids. I got this Alaris for last Christmas from Eric Hansen. And then this was like March or April. No, this is the wrong one. That's the one the kids gave me. The other Calcula, this one, it looked at, I wasn't looking through the lens right. Um, yeah, this one was actually Eric Hansen's EDC knife, and I totally geeked out on carbon fiber and all that, and he was all out, so he sent me this one. So this was actually Eric Hansen's EDC knife, the owner of Phobos Knives. Well, yeah, it's I'm like overwhelmed with knives right now. In fact, I'm selling my Spartan blades. I've not been successful at that at all. I've got like three Spartan blades I'm gonna sell because I don't use them anymore. and I've got plenty of Phobos knives. And sadly, there's a couple other things I want to do with Phobos knives. They've got the tomahawk, the yeah, he's got that, and then there's a few other. I want to get some more carbon fiber scales and whatnot. I could do a complete set of Phobos knives, which would be like the Tier 1 Mini, the Tier 1 Mini, a Calcula, the Tier 1 BC, and the Alaris are all currently available with carbon fiber. So yeah, if I win the YouTube lottery, guys, I'll be buying that'll be my Lamborghini. Will be a complete carbon fiber set of Phobos knives. Like I enjoy the knives. You know, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like I really enjoy the knives. I like the fit and finish. I like the ergos on all the grips. Um, like one of the things that I love about these is the Calcula and the Tier 1 BC have like pretty much the same grip, the same scales. So like going from one to the other, you know, it like it's not a completely different knife. It's a different functioning blade, but the handle's the same. So you have that comfort and familiarity. Is yeah, there we go. That's a tongue twister tonight for some reason. Once more in England there, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, they feel the same in the hand there, Clyde. Um, but yeah, so that would be my thing is to get like those 5 knives, um, all with carbon fiber. Maybe even do some custom stuff. Have some jungle carbon fiber scales made. I don't know why I've got a thing for it's a fat carbon. They call it jungle fat carbon or something. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but if you haven't, it's worth a look. I don't have any yet, but at some point, in fact, TRC has like the Apocalypse and the Speed Demon and a few other things with the apocalyptic finish. Absolutely gorgeous, nice, but the price tag is like. Yeah, for a little knife this size, they want like I think it was like $460 for because of the scales, and then the Apocalypse, that thing was like 750 or 800. So yeah, it definitely came with a price tag. When are you going to test one of those knives? That would be a good show. That should be. Man, I've kind of looked around. I gotta find some stuff that I can cut up and just. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I just don't have any stuff around. Like, I don't have any webbing or anything. I just cut up. I might have some cordage. That's about it. Um, yeah, it's something I've been looking into now that I got to start expanding the horizons a little bit more. Um, it was kind of like the fire starting thing. Like all those like when we were testing the fire starters, like that's a great way to practice your fire starting skills. Like you don't have to go 8 miles or 18 miles out in the middle of the woods to start a fire to be like you could practice it. Well, I wouldn't recommend it in your house. I spent like a week cleaning the walls and the ceiling and yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, I burnt like hundreds of those fire starters. Um, yeah, when we were coming out with these, is this an empty can? No, this is full. When I was making these fire starters, there's like 5 or 6 recipes. Some of you were around for that for sure. I know Chaos was. Um, but yeah, I started like hundreds of these on fires, like different ways, like using a half of one, a quarter one, um, testing the different recipes for these things. But it's something you could do in your backyard, I guess. So I was thinking about doing the same thing, like maybe try to do some wood carving indoors. I've got that one piece of wood. I could maybe fancy carve it into a baton. Be on one with some wood. Let's see how good they are. Yeah, when you were going to test, what's the powder puff? I don't know what your powder puff. I don't know what that is. Yeah, beat on. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, if you really want to see people smash knives, there's tons of YouTube. Like, go watch Joe X. He's gonna break it. He's gonna smash that knife until he breaks it. And there's plenty of people out there that have tested these knives, including Eric Hansen himself. He's not going to sell them without properly making sure that they're worth standing behind. So, but yeah, I'll get into. I'm not going to do any of that like complete moron stuff. Like, never in my life have I had to cut a cinder block in half or a brick with a knife, nor have I had to cut a frying pan in half. So yeah, that sort of stuff's just not in my budget. I don't know. I guess rich people can do it. I could afford to break a few knives, but yeah, I'm left hanging. So it's just what's economically viable. I don't have hundreds of dollars of. I mean, I can warranty it, but my intention is to just be real with it. Like, there's enough fake and gay stuff on YouTube. I don't need to be contributing to it. Like, anybody who used that knife like that, like, it doesn't exist. Nobody's taking their knife and cutting the top off of a car. Nobody's stabbing a car 80 times with their knife. Nobody's cutting cinder blocks in half. Nobody's cutting, like, I've been carrying a knife since I was like 5 years old, and none of those situations have ever arose. And I don't want to create just clickbait trash, really. I mean, if there was some scientific reason behind it, but yeah, I'll give my knives a gross, unnecessary beating for other people's entertainment. No, it's a tool meant to be used as such. So, cutting wood, not steel. Yeah, knife abuse makes me anxious. Yeah, exactly, Rob. If you can't cut your way into a refrigerator, it isn't a real survival knife. Exactly, ground fog. You're spot on. And most of the labels for knives are just marketing. Like, what really defines the difference between a bushcraft knife or a survival knife or a hunting knife or anything like that? A lot of them fall into the same category. Yeah, I suppose there's a big difference between a fillet knife and a cleaver. I get that. I understand it. But most of these are all like from one brand to the next. They're all similar knives. And they do relatively the same things. And it's like, man, I've traveled 2,900 miles and I used a knife less in 2,900 miles than some YouTuber does in a weekend, because for some reason he's got to sit there and baton half a cord of wood. Who does that? I don't even use like, if I can find a V branch tree, like, I'll snap the wood. Like, why even bust out the saw? Like, I'll buck it up by breaking it. Like, unless you're doing some lumberjack thing or something. Yeah, I don't understand it. Yeah, exactly. Like, why do it? So yeah, that's why, like, I celebrate diversity on this channel. It's not just knives, right? Because this is a handy tool to have that'll do what knives really can't. I mean, you could, but I mean, really, what they're designed for, or a saw. Like, I can cut any size diameter faster than anybody with a high end chopper or something. Like, if you're sitting there bucking up your wood with even a hatchet. Well, if you're splitting it, but no, if you're bucking wood with a hatchet or a knife or something, you're chopping away, cutting. Well, then if you're going to split it, which you probably are because you took the time to do that, when you go to stand that wood up, now it's like a beaver ate it, and it doesn't stand up, and you're trying to get your knife on something and baton with it. Or just side split it, which makes more sense too. But yeah, the right tool for the right job. I'm not gonna do goofy knife stuff for people's entertainment. Like, yeah, knives are just way too expensive. Like I said, hey, if you've got the money, like more power. Like, Joe X has a huge following, but just not my kind of show. I just think it's way beyond necessary. Like, if you want to be like extreme YouTube knife tester guy, then I suppose so. But yeah, knives are just a portion of everything. They're yeah. Like, YouTube's blown so much stuff out of proportion. Just because everybody's trying to get clicks and views, and my adventure is bigger. I'm more extreme. I'm more badass. Whatever it is. It's all just kind of, even some of the hardcore bushcrafters. I sat there listening to one guy, man. I watched him from like a couple thousand subscribers. He's coming up on 500,000 now. But I watched him from the beginning when he was making his own gear because he couldn't afford to go out and buy any of it. So he'd sew his own little wax canvas things, and you don't need anything more than a wax canvas ground sheet. It's the best thing ever. All these guys with those $300 air mattresses, blah, blah. And guess who's sleeping on a $300 air mattress now? He didn't need no fancy knife, but guess who's got a fancy knife now? That dude's rocking like Arc'teryx parkas, and he built a $150,000 Overland vehicle. But all you need is a wax canvas ground sheet. Like, come on, get out of here with that. Like, I'm trying not to be that guy. Like, there's some people you can go back and watch their videos, and you can realize that as soon as they could afford the better gear, they bought it. Yeah, there's way too much fake on YouTube. Way too much. Like, yeah, it's not a good idea to sit there and baton half a cord of wood. Like, what's the point? You know, if you got a half a cord of wood to do, then just bring an axe, bring a splitting axe too, not a felling axe or anything. Like, the right tool for the right job. Your tools will last you a long time, and they'll serve you well. Some of those work tough gear chopping knives are actually insane. Yeah, at what point does it go from a knife to a sword? Because I was just looking at it today. Mill Brothers blades, right? You guys see, like, they make some really high end, really really nice stuff. And what they have labeled as a sword, yes, it's you could match it up. It's probably within a couple millimeters of some of those work tough gear knives that are more like swords. Like, yeah, it's at the same time, I don't agree with the Graham Weenie logic. You know, like, oh, I can like a little pocket Victorinox. I'm gonna through hike the AT with this, whatever. I don't know. Might want a little bit more of a knife than that, but hey, to each their own. Whatever's clever. Whatever your personal needs are, everybody's needs are different. And what makes everybody happy is different as well. Like, there's no specific knife. There's no, yeah. I've batoned a K-bar kukri with stones. You do what you need to. You need to. Yeah, you do what you need to and you need to, but ultimately, and in a real survival situation, I've talked to a few people about this. You're not going to go out there bashing your knife like that or any piece of your kit. Like, if you're in a genuine survival situation, like, think things through, have a solid plan. You're going to, like, use your tools as gently and as little as possible to maintain sharpness and all that other stuff. I mainly use my knife for cheese. Yeah, Dave, that's one of the things I joke about, like the Spartan blades. This is a knife I carried for like 5-6 years while I was bike touring. This is the Spartan blades Horkos, and it's like a field utility / all around knife. And the number one thing that this thing did is I cut a lot of summer sausage with this. Like, because you need the protein, you don't have to refrigerate it. This thing has probably sliced more summer sausage than any other knife on the planet, except for maybe the knife at the summer sausage place. But well, that's the whole thing. What's a rainbow knife? Like the hollow handled, all the Gucci stuff it's not really dependable, or an actual knife that functions. That's the whole thing. Like, this is the same size as my Tier 1 BC. So, like, I literally got the Tier 1 BC to replace the Horkos. Because the Horkos scales are kind of like, it's a nice slim line, like, easy to carry, blah, blah, blah. But if you're doing a lot of stuff with it, you kind of get some hot spots. Like, if you're trying to wood carve and stuff. That's why I went with FOBOS, is because the larger ergo scales and everything. Like, you don't get hot spots with this. Even the jimping is well-rounded enough that you get 100% traction, but it doesn't chew your thumb apart. But yeah, everybody says 4 to 6 inches is the perfect knife, right? Like, that's your bushcraft, that's your survival knife, all that stuff, 4 to 6 inches. This one has a 5-inch cutting edge, and this one has a 5-inch cutting edge. So I'm like right smack dab in the middle. Like, I always thought Rambo knives were like those big work tough gear. It's like, is that a sword or a knife? Like, or like a big Bowie knife. Like, that's like a total Rambozo knife. Like, what do you need a knife that big for? Like, that's just kind of ridiculous, son. Like, so I've always worked at that. If once it's too big for my knife to handle, like if I'm cutting a piece of wood or something, that's when you go to a hatchet or the damn saw, wherever Ricky Bobby put that. Now, come on now. You think you've done this before? So yeah, if it's too big for this tier 1 BC, I use a saw or I use a hatchet. And you can dig holes with your field knife. Everybody's done it. In fact, I don't know if you guys, I did a pretty good job fixing it, but it's still a little flat on the tip there. The tips on these were kind of like thin, but whatever. It actually, yeah, I could have done a better job. There's just a smidge of damage on the tip. That was from digging one hole with it. I dug a hole and snapped the tip, and it was worse. But I actually had it on the Lansky for like a day and a half and kind of like reshaped it a little bit, reground it. So yeah, why am I going to dig a hole with my knife? Because I know things like that are going to happen, because it's happened. I'll use a digging tool. It's that simple. And yeah, if you like use tools in the right space, your tools are going to last 10 times longer. You're not going to have dull knives all the time. You're not going to be dealing with stupid stuff. Just bottom line, like that's, the right tool for the right job. If I want a cinder block broken in half, I'm probably going to like score it and get a sledgehammer. I don't know. How do you cut a cinder block in half, like technically? But you guys know what I'm saying. Like there's a right way to do things. So I just woke up an hour ago. Hey, right on, man. 'Tis the season for sleeping. Depends on where you live. It's been cold, miserable, snow, and there's no point in going out. Odds are you're going to slip on some ice and break your coccyx anyhow. So yeah, man, might as well sleep it off. Well, I got a little extra sleep today myself. In fact, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft got home, kind of woke me up. So I'm like, I've been busy YouTubing it, like full-time YouTubing it like a YouTuber. I'm about to post. I'm making up words now. Like, that's awesome. Way to go, genius. Like, because this one time at Skydive Camp. But no, I'm about to go full YouTuber and post some longs. I'm just going to, like, whatever. I'm just going to talk to it and then post it. Like, I'll put some stuff out and be like, hey, diddly bop, like, buy some of this cool stuff. Or, no, I'm not even trying to sell anything. I'm thinking like an infomercial or something. I love a good infomercial. But I'll be like, hey, this is a kit I carry or something. That's why. It's super hot here, about 45. Dan, where I'm at, that's super hot, man. It's been like in the single digits and negatives up here in New Hampshire. So, yeah, 45 degrees. That's T-shirt and shorts weather. Adam Hayes, longtime channel member. Welcome to the chat, my man. How are you doing? Yeah, hey, thanks for stopping by again. Like, yeah, we've been smashing the lives this week. Like, today's like 6 days in a row. Definitely, I don't know. I could be lying, but I think I'm not going to do a live tomorrow. I don't know. I could be lying. I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm not planning to do a live tomorrow. Unless, like, there's enough channel members in here that say, well, I don't have enough channel members to do a channel members only live. So I thought about just starting a live, but for the title, I'll be like channel members only. See how many other people show up. But that's the best I can do for now. But eventually, once we have the like 10 or more channel members, we can do members only chats. And I'm planning those like Saturday evenings, like a start time between like 6 and 8. Like, we'll see what, if everybody says like 8 o'clock, majority rules, It's nakedness weather, but what's that? Not loud in public, yeah. Oh, it's 4:18 there? Yeah, it's, what time is it here? It's, 21:20, 21:19, 9:18 p.m. Do you have a type of favorite knife? Adam, I'm biased. I might have a favorite brand, yeah. Yeah, still now. But hey, it's 6 years, man. And it was my favorite brand long before doing YouTube was ever like a thing. Like I said, I met Eric Hansen back in 2019, and I didn't really start this channel I registered it like 2023 or something like that. and I didn't really do anything with it for a year. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't know how to upload anything or anything. It just seemed like the thing to do. And Mrs. Bushcraft was really supportive of it. So it took us a little while well, it took me a while figuring everything out. And yeah, I'm just been, I kind of part-timed it for a while thinking I was going to go back to skydiving, but then I decided I was going to try to YouTube it full time. So yeah, we're trying to YouTube it full time. Doing better things. I went to my work and my coworkers heard my sick voice and they said, "Why are you here? Go home." Members only below 10K would be likely be more drag than tailwind, in my honest opinion. Yeah, 6 years of yeah, and yeah. Well, not really. I guess just a few years on YouTube, but prior to, if any of my friends asked me like, "Hey, what kind of knife are you using?" or whatever, I would tell them Phobos knives. I've talked to a few people about it. Yep. Cannon, welcome to the chat. I bet you it's not just Cannon. I bet you it's Cannon and his Corgi Mojo. Welcome as well, Mojo. How are you doing tonight, you little ankle biter? Always good to see you, Cannon. They're made in Tennessee. They're 100% made in the USA. So, and that's another thing I like about it. And disabled, veteran owned and operated. Eric Hansen served on active duty for 22 years as a 18 Delta, right? Special Forces medic. And then he had some other jobs afterwards, and so about 3 decades of service altogether. So yeah, I'm 110% behind supporting a disabled veteran-owned business, and I know the guy personally. He's an outstanding gentleman. I can only speak highly of him, and anybody who ever spoke poorly of him, I would not so kindly have words with, because I just, he's an outstanding gentleman. Like I said, all around great guy. He's helped me out with the channel and stuff. So yeah, and I've been completely transparent about it. Last year he was stopping by the lives and everything. Some of the guys got to talk to him. So yeah, definitely a cool thing. Yeah, I'm 110% biased. I've never said anything otherwise. Like I could care less about most of the other brands, especially the ones that come from Dragon Country. I especially don't like those knives. I got to start and he gets 50% off. Dave, no, I don't get 50% off, but Eric has sent me some free knives. Yeah, straight up, yeah, like yeah, he sent me, well, two of the knives he sent me as a personal thing, and then he sent the tier 1 mini, the mini, this trainer, and the tier 1 BC, like, to help out the channel. Yeah, completely 110%. My custom one I paid for. Mrs. Bushcraft and the kids paid for the other Calcula and stuff. Yeah, no, I don't get. In fact, I want to just order the combat tomahawk that he has. Like it's $249.99 or 95. What, it doesn't matter. I'll just buy it for $250. Like, he's been more than generous with me. So I believe one hand washes the other, and I'll repay the favor. All the other knives that I talk about, eventually, yeah, I'll just buy them myself. I'm not looking for a discount. So I got to start my workout in an hour, but I don't feel up to it at all. Dan, you got to do it. Oh, yeah, no, Dave James, it's cool, but I'd like to, for the newer people that don't know, it's kind of good to just, have that transparency. In fact, it was last week or something. We were talking about, of course, like Phobos knives and stuff, and somebody was like, "Oh no, this is like, I've only been here a few times. I didn't know that." So for all the new people, yeah, I'm completely transparent about it. The agreement that Eric Hansen and I have, I can say whatever I want. I'm going to be honest and upfront. If a knife broke, it broke. Like, it's going to happen. It happens to everybody. But yeah, I get to say what I want, talk about my experience with them and stuff. It's It's there's some conversations we have that's just between us, but it typically has nothing to do with knives, believe it or not. But yeah, we've got a lot in common. He's jumped out of airplanes a few times. I've jumped out of airplanes a bunch of times. He's also heavily into mountain biking. So yeah, man, we get along. We can talk about bicycles longer than we can talk about knives sometimes. Oh yeah, leather sheaths. Depends on which one you're getting. Um, yeah, like the tier one minis come in a leather sheath. This is the sheath right here. It's they are ambidextrous. You can just flip it. It has scout carry, standard horizontal carry. It's got a space for an easy clip and everything. The straps are removable. There's also a magnet, one of those earth magnets in there, so that helps in the retention as well. The tier one mini is just a bit smaller than this one. It's mounted on my tier one BC sheath, which the tier one BC doesn't come with a leather sheath. It comes with a Kydex sheath. I'll grab that real quick. Yeah, this is the Kydex sheath that it comes with. They're well made, ambidextrous. You can flip them, no problem. Like I said, the leather sheath for the tier one BC is an additional charge, but it does come with the tier one mini and the mini, and the Calcula comes with a Kydex sheath with a belt dangler. I took it out when I EDC it. I just stick the sheath in my pocket, to be honest. So that's all I do with that. So, but camping and hiking or outdoor stuff, I don't mind the belt dangler. So if I am going to carry this, it'll go on that way. I actually have it set up. It's going in my chest rig. So that's the Kydex that comes with the Calcula, but they do make a longer sheath for the Calcula, but it's also a 4-inch blade. So the tier one mini sheath, the Calcula also fits in there. Like, very nice. So you can carry either one in this sheath. It's the tier one mini or the Calcula. And then boom boom. Hold on, wait, it gets better, but wait, there's more. Where'd it go? Where'd who go? Here's the sheath. This is the trainer. The trainer sheath. And they actually modified the sheath so that you could put an easy clip in the center. If you want, it's ambidextrous. If you want, these are screws you take out instead of it being riveted. They put screws in there, so if you want to flip it lefty or righty, it's on center. So it actually doesn't like have that tilt in your pocket and everything, depending on how you align it. But this is made for the tier one mini trainer, which is the trainer here. It also fits the regular tier one mini. So if you didn't want to use the leather sheath, or you're a knucklehead like me and you have it permanently, well, it's not permanent, you can remove it, but I'm too damn lazy. The tier one mini sheath is the leather is piggybacked on here. So if I still want to carry this, I just use the Kydex with the easy clip with my tier one mini. But this is the tier one mini, which there's a screw right here. You can adjust your tension. It also fits the tier one mini. So one sheath, 2 knives, and a trainer. That's another reason why I like FOBOS knives. It kind of like, I like the EDC options. I like the field options. I subbed on Sunday, but YouTube fucked me over. So I changed names. Bale Slayer. All right, yeah, man. Yeah, YouTube's been acting funky lately. They have it's been weird. Yeah, there's been a lot of unsubscribing. Like I've been unsubscribed to a few people's channels. I had to go back and resubscribe. So yeah, YouTube. I think I made it on the list. I've been fighting the system for a little while now, but we're doing good. We're still in the game, man. So I can't complain. I'll do it, but some days I just don't have energy. Yeah, Dan, the thing with working out, man, sometimes it's tough to get motivated to work out, but I've never ended a workout saying, man, I regret doing that. That sucked. I feel horrible. It's always the exact opposite. It's like, I'm glad I did that. I feel great. I feel like $1,000,000 and yeah, it's not a matter of being motivated to do it. It's a matter of being disciplined to start. And once you get going, man, yeah, it's a good time. You'll have a good time. Just do what you got to do, Dan. You'll make it. Does it drag on the floor when it's on your belt? Yeah, the trainer is a non-beveled. Yeah, it's not gonna stab or slice or do any of that stuff. It's a non-beveled trainer. So the perk to it, yeah, you can use it for just even if you're working on your draw. If you're switching to you know like belt carry to like IWB or something, and you're like, oh, how's that gonna work? I'm 5 pounds heavier. It makes a lot of sense that you can work on your draw without the concern of slicing yourself open. Come on, Tom. We all know you're on at least a couple of lists. Oh yeah, Boondock. I'm sure I'm on more than a couple of lists. Just off of some of the conversations we had in the past 2 months or so. I guarantee you, I'm on more than a couple lists now. Nobody's come knocking on the door yet. I'm about to set up a camera though. To be honest, I'm more worried about some crazy whacked out lunatic than I am law enforcement or something. Like I'm not. I've never incited anything. I have no, like none of that. I'm not worried about it. I don't think they're gonna come after me and said, "Oh, you made fun of people because Kool-Aid colored hair and septum ring theory." It's like, yeah, I did. So what? Like that's well within my First Amendment rights. I'm not doing anything bad. I'm just speaking the truth. So I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about one of those Kool-Aid colored haired people with a septum ring, like coming knocking on my door or like trying to kick in my door. So yeah, that's my bigger concern. Durka Crusades 2.0. Yeah, I think they're coming, Boondock. You're not far off. When I started, I thought it was about motivation, but some advice I got that I would give. Now, as the motivation comes and goes, so what you have to build. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I said, Dan. Yeah, it's not about being motivated to go. It's about having the discipline to get up and do it. So, yeah, ground fog times are coming. I do think so. So, hey, with that in mind, that times are coming, you may want to consider investing in one of these mighty fine Phobos knives for your survival, bushcraft, or SHTF Civil War end of the world situation. I would recommend like the Tier 1 BC or the Tier 1C. Um, yeah, I got to work on my infomercial thing. It's been a minute. But wait, there's more. If you order now, you get a sheath with the knife, I guess. Mandy Brown, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. It is good to see you. So any news on that lady that was shot by no, I've mostly abstained from most of that stuff during the week. I don't know, it's like a domino effect. Where did that start? Besides the fact that she, drove a bunch of hours to get herself in the way and basically obstruct law enforcement. But was that really the problem? Like where did the problem stem from? Is it the massive amount of fraud that's going on in that state? Probably. Well, or is it because they came here, most of them illegally? So if we had closed borders, like if we had closed borders, that woman never would have been shot in the face. Right? Like where did it start from? And if other countries didn't suck, people wouldn't be trying to leave them to come here. And yeah, if they weren't offering free stuff to everybody, yeah, there's a lot of things that led up to that. So like trying to figure out like how to pinpoint what it is. Yeah, who really knows? But it depends on who you talk to, because one person's going to say, hey, well, F around and find out, and somebody else is going to say, oh, no, that's murder. And well, she did try to run him over with a car. Her girlfriend should be like an accessory for what she said. You know, she was egging it along. She was, you know, antagonizing the situation. I don't know. That's the whole thing. And if you mention it to the wrong person or you put it across the wrong way, um, yeah, I just, there's too many crazy people out there that, um, yeah, yeah. And it's like 25, I don't know if you guys heard this one yet, but like 25% of people on the left are on some type of mental health psych medication. Do you know what that means, though? That means that the other 75% are running around untreated. But see, now somebody's going to take that joke completely the wrong way. It's not all of them. Well, like whatever. I'm not gonna try to engage with people that, you know, can't are incapable of conversations, and they're like, from what I've seen, they're all more emotionally charged than they don't really want to find the solution. They just have a reason to be angry. It's weird, weird, weird. Um, yeah, can't all for the low price of. But wait, there's more if you order now, or if you order within the next 30 minutes. We'll include, like, I missed the QVC. Remember that? Like, they would always something bigger than what I have. This is a like they're like if these were all like Dragon Country knives, you know, like 99 cents a piece, you get like 10 of these and 20 of these and 20 of these, and we gave you 100 of these knives, and you know, all for like 4 easy installments of $39.99. But wait, there's more. If you order now, we'll include the Super Ninja digging tool. Like, I know, just this alone would cover the entire cost, all of your payments. But we're going to include this one for free. Like, who doesn't miss QVC? Like those late night QVC knife shows. I think that's where, I think QVC started my knife habit. But fortunately, YouTube Knife Tube like destroyed it. So I'm not as open minded about knives as I was like a couple of years ago. Um, it is what it is. You're fucking right. Oh, Chris, thanks, man. Yeah, these are all they're sweet. How's it? Is everything in frame, guys? Is everything? Oh, we got everything a mess. We were just kind of like playing around with stuff, and now we got to like engage OCD and straighten this stuff out. Like so, it's at least reasonable. We can't have this completely ridiculous. I'm just kidding. I don't have OCD. I have CDO. CDO is a lot like OCD. Only people with CDO are better because we put that shit in proper alphabetical order the way it should be. Right, right. Oh no, you can't. That's making fun of the OCDs people. Get over it. My wife says, hey, y'all. Well, Rob's wife, we say hello as well. Hello, Rob's wife. How are you doing? She's probably like, what are you listening to now? Like, can't you find any normal stuff to listen to on the interwebs? Um, yeah, how are we doing? We're doing good, good, good. So, anybody got anything exciting planned this weekend, or same old, all the good stuff? Yeah, I'm not sure. My goal this weekend, I know it's going to sound a little lame, but my goal is to actually sit down and watch a movie with Miss Bushcraft. Like, however long it is, whether it's an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, that's my goal for this weekend. T-Rex, what's happening, man? Welcome to the chat, brother. Always good to see you. You staying warm, my man? It's a 1/16th out of line cover and a line. God bless. Yeah, everybody, right? Cannon's yelling in his head, dress right, dress. Or does the Marine Corps does cover and dress? The Army does dress right, dress? I don't know. I wasn't in the Marine Corps, so my ASVAB score was too high. No, you can't say that. That's now the Marines are upset. You can't really no, you can upset Marines though. You can, but not with stuff like that. If you like World War II movies. Yeah, weather has been brutal. Oh, I've seen that Sisu. I've seen that. Yeah. That's some next level that was an interesting movie. Man, have I got a mess going on. It's amazing because it looks real nice like on camera here, But just off to the left is where I've been throwing like all the stuffs. So I've got like a pile of sheaths and a couple knives and just random. I'll wait until I'll clean it up after the live because it'll take me a minute. But yeah, I've got saws piled on top of hatchets and sheaths. It's just unacceptable. This is the kind of disorganization that is going to cause a civil war. They're going to be like, dude, really? Like, so much for being squared away, buddy. So, T-Rex, how was your day, man? Anything exciting going on? Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah, some people got unalived on that in that show. So I'm gonna be a good YouTuber someday. I just got to retrain my brain. Like, yes, there were several people unalived in that show. It was spectacular. Um, it's like cleaning the bedroom for your wife, but you toss everything into the closet. No, I could never do that, man. No, Cannon, I couldn't do that. Just throw every. That's one. No, that's never happened in my lifetime. In fact, when her stuff gets disorganized, I'll go in there and I'll straighten out her dresser and her nightstand and everything. And at first she was kind of like a little weirded out. I'm like, hey, I did it, like it was a mess. What do you want me to do? Leave it that way? Like, I'm not charging you. It's not like I'm charging you like $40 an hour as an organizer. So I just organized your stuff and, got rid of, like, why did you have the empty chip bag on your night? Anyhow, she's just like, now she's just like, oh, you cleaned my nightstand? Thanks. And then, yeah, I'm the squared away one. Mrs. Bushcraft, like, she's not a slob or anything like that. She's not like a messy person. Just in my little parachute rigger world with my CDO, she's she's not a messy person because I fix everything. Um, Last time I was on a plane, I watched nonstop war movies, and my wife was pissed. Yeah, that's So, hey, did anybody else get into this conversation? Seeing how we're talking about war movies and upset wives, um, is Die Hard a Christmas special or not? Like, I vote yes. I think Die Hard. It starts off with a happy little Christmas jingle. Well, it's like some crazy little Christmas jingle, but happens over Christmas. He saves the day. Everybody has a Merry Christmas. Everything's better. It's a Christmas special, right? Like, Die Hard's a Christmas special. They should have let the old man and his they should have let the old man on his horse and dog pass on by when the horse stopped on mine. It was epic as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta wonder sometimes it's better. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the stuff that was going on, I'm just like I'd rather walk away. Um I think it'll be better off that way. Like, it's insanity. Yeah, Die Hard is a Christmas special. That Cannon, your vote doesn't count, man. You think Full Metal Jacket is a Christmas special, or no, you're a couple years younger than me. You're definitely like Heartbreak Ridge. That's a Christmas special, right? Yeah, Boondock agrees. Yeah, Die Hard's a Christmas special. I believe it was in theaters during Christmas when it came out. That's exact. Okay, so if it was in, it was it. Yeah, but if it was in theaters when it came out during Christmas, like that makes it Christmas. For more, yeah, yeah. I think we went down. I still got that lamp, the Christmas Story lamp. I think that's how we went down the Die Hard Story road. Was I had the Christmas Story lamp up for Christmas. So yeah, but I packed that away back in the box. We'll have it out for next Christmas. That'll be something to look forward to, especially for all the guys that have been married for more than a decade. They appreciate that lamp. They understand it's a prestigious award. Is from Fragile. Um, that just never gets old. I never get bored with it. How is that? How is that possible? I'm not that much of a simpleton. Somehow, I don't know where I put it. Here we go. Yeah, Rob, the lamp is missed. It's fully secured, though. It is well packaged and it is going to be ready. I think I'm gonna bust it out on Black Friday. That'll be that makes the most amount of sense. We're gonna do a couple other little things too, especially once we get widescreen. Like we're going widescreen, baby. That'll give us more real estate, and we can do uh, some more cool stuff like that. If I get involved in it, I'm gonna win. All in it for and loyal to none. My ADT is so sharp, might carry it till it's dull as an. Yeah, Rob, that's always fun to do. Yeah, just keep tooling with it. Who is it? Scab, Choir Boys Outdoors. Yeah, he's got like on running like yeah he's been running the same knife. Yeah, like how long can you run it till it's dull? Get like some clue of yeah. If you're in a situation where you can't sharpen it, you might manage what you're using it for. Like that's a solid plan. Yeah, even yeah, share that data. Like whatever information you come up with, that would be something interesting. Ba-dum-ba. What's everybody carrying for folders nowadays? Like what's everybody carrying? I've been kind of doing my homework on the folders, and I've been carrying this one now for like 14 months. This is my one folder, so I'm looking into a Spider Co. Either a Shaman, Bodacious. I kind of want to get the Para 2 and Para 3 because same reason why I have a Para bottle. Like I can rock a anything Para and not be a poser. I've done my fair share of jumping out of airplanes where I don't got to prove myself anymore for some Para labeled equipment, right? In and out for a hit and that guy's later boot. All right, hey Rex, thanks for hanging out, man. We definitely appreciate you being here. I will. I got to get back to you on those texts as well, man. I forgot to turn my ringer on last night after the live, and yeah, I didn't hear it go through, and yeah, when the live was done, I kind of moved on. But I'll definitely get back to you for sure, Rex. And I got to figure out how to do the two-way thing. I think we need like a higher bandwidth or something. Kershaw Bel Air. Yeah, haven't you've been carrying that for quite a while, haven't you, Rex? That's awesome. Spyderco Para 3, 8010, and for fun I carry a Derico Shark Cub. Got a crazy person would jump out of a perfect good airplane. Oh man, it doesn't matter if the airplane's perfectly good. You got to meet some of the pilots. Like I trust myself landing my parachute over some of those pilots, man. Some are out there, and they're usually like fresh off student status too. That's part of the reason why there's a decent amount of aviation accidents in skydiving, is because the pilots are like they're novice rookie pilots. Like the minimum hours they need to fly jumpers is like 500 hours, and then they got to take a specific course to know how to like fly jump run, what to set up for, blah blah blah. But they're usually like really young new pilots. Like they don't have enough experience to get hired by the airlines and stuff, so they got to like add up their flight hours and their logbook so they can get the next rating and move up. And so yeah, yeah, you meet some of the pilots, so you've got no problems jumping out of the airplane. Especially, I packed a parachute. Like, the odds are forever in my favor, so I'm totally cool with it. Folder carry Civivi Praxis. Yeah, same thing, Boondock. You've been carrying that for quite a while too, huh? Neil McKenzie's got the Ferrum Forge Zelix Mini Pyrite Tiny Sog on keyring. The sog on your keyring, is that one of those little multi-tool sogs, or is that a knife? Just curious, yeah. Nikron C1 Lite S&W M&P Shield 9. Yeah, Neil's rocking the kit today. See, Neil's a good example of like, yeah, carry a diversified kit and you're all set. Carry what you need though, and that's gonna vary so much from person to person. That's like my EDC really shouldn't matter. Um, yeah, there's a lot of that. About a year now, capstone sharpening. Hit it once, set it at a 22 degrees, only a drop after. Magna cut. Yeah, T Rex, you're not lying. MagnaCut is the bomb. When you strop, what are you stropping with? Are you using like a standard, like one of those colored rouge compounds or whatever, or are you using like a diamond enamel, or not enamel, but the diamond spray or something like gunny juice or stroppy stuff or something? Okay, it's a key shaped knife. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are cool. Like that's like it's a handy way to carry a little blade, and they're pretty concealed. I mean, like if you got to be like paying real attention to notice. But Grit and Grace, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing? Always a pleasure. Yeah, I'm not stomping for the chai coms, but the practice has done me right for the last 2.5 years. Yeah, hey, if it works, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, 800 grit, just a green sheep compound. Yeah, I've got to get some new compound. Like, I got to find something that's decent. The stuff that came with the Beavercraft is absolute trash. I had that out the other night, and it's like it was like supposed to be like the green compound, but it had kind of turned like a grayish white, and it was real brittle. I just a little bit of pressure and it snapped in half, and it looks horrible too. It doesn't even look green. GE. Oh, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. And that's all she had to say about that. So, yeah, anybody got anything planned this weekend? Anything going on? Yeah, it's winter, man. Anybody going out ice fishing, snowmobiling, skiing, ice climbing? I just spit on my stop like a real American. Oh, yeah, there you go. Um, okay, are we coming up with regular random words or ain't got no gas in it? Wow. I think I'm coming down with a little something. Been busy. I think it's starting to show a little bit. Or I'm starting to feel it a little bit more like it, yeah. Kapow, kapow. I'm getting drunked up. I kick back a couple. Why not, right? You've earned it. Oh, in a paste form. Yeah, I might try something like that. I don't like those little brick things. You got to heat everything up and yeah, it's just a pain. I might have to try the paste or something. Yeah, just like an 800 grit or something. So what do you run, like just the 800, or do you go do you use like a clean side? Like just the leather, the bare leather? Like, yeah, I usually run the compound on one side, which just needs to be redone. But then I run the other side. It's kind of glossy now, actually. It was a little rougher, but this one's got a fair amount of use to it. Nothing fancy. Aqua Donkey, what's happening? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, it got me wanting to get a pan set and go out and especially, isn't it almost like 5 grand an ounce now or something for gold? Like there's gold up there in them hills. There really is in New Hampshire though. There's gold up there. People go panning for it and find it. Just 800 on the rough side, clean on the smooth side. Gotcha, Rich. Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I've got a sharpening stone that's like 300 and 1,000 grit, which is almost perfect by trend. That's kind of, yeah, I put all that stuff away. I had all the sharpening stuff out the other night too. I touch them up on my truck's windows, top edge like a diamond steel. Nice. Yeah, there's some cool sharpening tricks out there. Like the top edge of your automotive window. You can hone your knife on that. I wonder if that works with all steels. I wonder if some steels are too hard for that to work. I don't know. But yeah, seems like it would work. Yeah, I got into this little Lansky thing. The thing is I guess, yeah, like carbide. These carbide things are bad because if it's not the same angle that you have your knife sharpened at, it's gonna kind of like do a trash job of reprofiling it. But once it's reprofiled, it'll kind of get back in there. But yeah, you're stuck with that 1 degree, and then it's got the ceramic pass through as well, along with the ceramic on top, and then it's got the diamond pullout. So I guess you could use this like kind of like cross sharpen smaller blades. It's tapered, so it's definitely good for if you're trying to sharpen anything with serrations. I don't really do serrations on that much, so sharpening them isn't really an issue. But it's there should I need it. Bottom coffee cup. All right, Rex. Later, man. I'll be in touch with you soon, man. I'll send you a text tomorrow because yeah, when I'm done tonight, I'll be calling it a night for sure. Yeah, Rob, exactly. Yeah, pull through sharpeners are not ideal for your edge, but in a pinch, yeah, that's kind of what it's like I said, I used it more for I didn't really even use it that often. It was like it was in my bicycle trunk, so if I needed a pinch, if I had to sharpen something, that was kind of what I toted around for a while. Never really used it though. I'd try to capitalize on something else, but yeah, because yeah, dragging around a sharpening kit and everything on a bicycle doesn't exactly go. Yeah. So anybody else doing it? I don't think there's too many channel people in here. Anybody getting lives coming up? Boondock, you doing anything with your channel, or are you still on hiatus, taking a break from that? Yeah, we're getting it to be about that time. So, anybody want to take a quick vote? Anybody interested in a live chat tomorrow evening between like six and 8? Oh, Rob uses, yeah, I've used the workshop as well. I have like the regular one. I'm not a fan of it. Gets a lot of wiggle in there. Um, yeah, it can go off by a few degrees. The new Pro one's supposed to be better, where I can buy some like modified block thing to wedge under there so it doesn't wiggle as much. But I'm really holding out. My holy grail of knife sharpeners is the Wicked Edge Gen 4 Pro with micro adjust. That is the sharpener I want to get. You can do longer blades with it. It's got like a 1/4 inch plus adapter, so you can do thicker blades. Like yeah, this knife here. This is a full my Tier 1C. The spine's a full 0.25 inch, and it won't fit in a work sharp. So yeah, so that's something. But yeah, that's my grill sharpener. I like the side by side, the double rhythm thing going on. No flipping the knife. No like, oh, which side did I do last? And you just kind of left, right, like falling in. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that one. Miss Donkey and I will be live Sunday. Oh, okay. Yeah, anybody that hasn't checked out one of Aqua Donkey's prospecting lives, yeah, he'll be live Sunday, 12:45. Is that what time zone are you in? Because some people in here are like in England and Australia or other places. Um, Do you have a carbon steel full tang knife there? Yeah, they're all full tang knives. Yeah. Yeah, most of them are like CPM 154 CM, S35 VN, Magna Cutters, CPM 3V. These two are CPM 3V. This one is Magna Cut. These two are CPM S35 VN, and these three are CPM 154 CM. I always just go back to an old rectangle sharpener stone. Yeah, I've even oh, I've still got those right over there. Yeah, I've kind of switched these out for my field sharpeners because I hardly ever sharpen, and if I do, these are made by Trend. It's like credit cards. This one is yeah, they're double sided. This one is 300 and 600 grit. They've got another one that's 180 and 300. And then there's a third one that's 600 and 1000 grit. I've got to get the third one. I've got two out of the three. But yeah, this is kind of like if I've got to sharpen, it's usually to fix something. But it's like rarely ever need to use it. So I kind of yeah, these actually I'm putting these in my chest rig. I'm doing like a bushcraft survival adventure chest rig that I've been working on. And yeah, a means to sharpen. I was gonna do little sandpapers, like 2 by 3 inch sandpapers or something, because a lot of people use that to sharpen. Whatever grits, 600, 1000, whatever. But I ran across these by Trend, and Trend is out of England. So yeah, awesome product out of England. So like I said, there's a third one. I haven't gotten it yet. I will sooner than later, hopefully. But yeah, everything keeps going up in price though. So I'm trying to put everything together for the channel, but I was just yeah. Yeah, these are in the like they range in price, like $15 or $20 for these two, but then the 600 and the 1000 grit one. It was cheaper, but of course I bought these two, and the third one went from like $25 all the way up to like $38 or something. So that would be Amazon. You can't buy direct from these guys anymore. The only place I can find where you can get Trend products is on Amazon. They sell through Amazon, so. Oh, 3 a.m. Yeah, Dave James, good night, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. We always appreciate you being here. And yeah, sleep well. If we don't talk to you sooner than later, have an awesome time. Definitely have an awesome weekend, Dave. And meow meow. But yeah, guys, we're gonna stick to our sorry for the abuse. Oh, no worries, man. I'm used to it. I deal with that cat all the time. Um, Jameson, welcome to the chat. But yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, she loves that cat, and that cat loves her. But the cat hates me. I don't know why. It's her cat. He's got an attitude problem, and I don't know. It's actually kind of fun though. Like when I have nothing else to do, there's nothing going on. I'm kind of bored. I can just hate on the cat. Like I just yeah. And as cold as it is here, a little hate warms you up. But yeah, guys, I think do you have any knives from Beavercraft? No, I don't have any knives from Beavercraft. They offered to send me some. I checked them out, got some honest reviews from some people. And for the price, if you don't mind your knife being rusty and stuff, it's not a bad deal. But yeah, I turned them down. Beavercraft. They're out of Ukraine. So yeah, I guess yeah. I mean, they've got like some 35, 40, $50 knives, but yeah, everybody's like, it's pretty much got to live in oil or it's gonna rust. Can you cook on the Vargo bottle? It's a question, not something I want to do now. You can cook. It's titanium. You can definitely cook on it. I would remove the paracord. It might get hot enough so it melts. I'm not sure, but if you're depends on what you're cooking in it. I'd get a pot. Like I don't know. I just ordered a Beavercraft Bushcraft knife on Amazon, and I'm wondering if it'll be any good. Yeah, there's I don't know. I don't even trust the reviews. I talked to some people that they do YouTube reviews on a lot of different knives, and their initial review, because they just got it in the mail, was good, but down the road, not so good. And you do have to sign an agreement with them saying that you won't say anything bad about their knives. You'll only bring up multiple good points, which is another reason why I didn't. I declined their offer. They offered to send me a knife and an axe or something. And yeah, upon further information, I was like, I'm just not. This is something I wouldn't put my name behind. So I definitely wasn't going to take a free knife and a hatchet or whatever, and only be able to say what I'm told to say. Like if I can't say what I want to say, I'm not interested in the products. So all right, King, I'm getting ready to crash. Yeah, Rob is out as well. Rob, thanks for hanging out tonight. Definitely appreciate you being here. Um, we will we'll catch you on the next one. In fact, we're over our 2 hours now, and we're like 6 days consecutive doing lives. So I'm gonna wrap this one up as well. Definitely want to thank everybody for hanging out. Fortunately, we haven't had a troll problem, but thank the moderators for keeping the trash out. Thank everybody for being here. Welcome to our new channel member. We definitely appreciate it. We're trying to build the channel, and every bit helps at this point. So yeah, Bengals fan is our new channel member. Welcome aboard. We'll be doing more stuff as we go along. Of course, this is the only chat I can care to be an active member. You guys rock. Right on, Rob. We definitely appreciate it. We try to keep it real. I try not to get. I do my best not to get sucked into the echo chamber of the outdoor world that is here on YouTube. I try to just keep it real. I've either done it or I haven't. I'm either gonna do it or I won't. And yeah, that's how we're gonna roll here. If it's something I wouldn't spend my own money on, I'm not putting it out on the channel. So typically I spend my own money on it though. Yeah, yeah, it's a water purifier, not just a filter. Like it takes everything out. But yeah, I'm wrapping this one up. We'll be live again Sunday morning at 7 a.m. If somebody wants to email me, my email is on the channel page. Also, we're on Instagram. Same thing, Bushcraft Rebooted. You can DM me on Instagram if you want. We're working on getting the Discord up and going again. I'm not sure exactly. We got to make some changes, but yeah. Yeah, Neil McKenzie, thanks for hanging out, man. Always a pleasure. How many lives you got going tonight? Like 3, 4? Neil's usually got a few things going on at the same time. Always appreciate you being here, brother. Yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody being here. And we will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.